Hi everybody, welcome to lesson 4.3. This is going to focus on giving students feedback, especially inside of Google Docs, where we've got students that turn things in and you want to give them constructive criticism or some ideas, maybe a little back and forth with the comments, and how to do that inside of Google Docs. So the first thing to do, and if you've seen this the last few weeks, is we can leave comments inside of Google Docs. So here's like a thinking scaffold or a structure that I've kind of made. And so let's say we want to, you want to comment on a student's answer in particular. And so you can highlight some text that you're interested in making a comment about, and then click out here on this plus button, which shows up when you highlight, and you can add a comment, and then you can simply type, great point, I'm interested in hearing more. Okay, and then you can comment on that. And it shows there. Students can reply to those comments as well, but they see those there. And that's what I do a lot inside of our scaffolds that are turned in. You can also comment on images. So you can select an image and you can make a comment on an image. So it works in functionality the same way as commenting on text. One of the cool things that's recent is you can actually tag people inside of Google Docs. So let's say, for example, I want to assign or have Mr. Bielefeld's attention drawn to something in particular. And this could be inside of his document, or depending on if you've got a team or a collaboration of things going on. So you start with the @ symbol, and then you see you start to see some web addresses here. And so you do it by their email address. And so you can it adds them to this comment, and then you can make the, let's say, check this out. And then you can assign it to them. And it shows here, the assigned person will be notified and responsible for marking is done. So it sends them an email notification, and it's actually like a checkbox. So this is really, really great for like agendas. If you've got PLCs or team meetings or whatever it happens to be, and you've got an agenda and you've got things that you have labeled or marked as needing to be done, person one's going to do this, or person two is going to take care of this. You can actually make those comments in your agenda and assign it to them, so you can see who it was, and they can check mark it when they're done with the to-do list, which is a really awesome feature. So you can assign it to them there, and then they'll get an email notification as well. We'll cancel that, so Mr. Bielefeld doesn't get a notification. So that's some traditional sort of text commenting on the side. One of the cool things you can also do is voice comments. And this is with an extension called Read and Write Google. Read and Write Google. So it's just in the Chrome Web Store. So if you open a new tab and you go to your Chrome Web Store where you get your extensions, and again, it's called Read and Write Google. It's a purple kind of box puzzle piece looking thing. It's right here. And you can add that. It's also, you'll see a link inside the scaffold. It's also free for teachers. You can sign up, like get the premium version, which has all the tools, all kinds of really cool stuff you can use if you sign up with an education account and they verify that you're from a school. But we add that to Chrome, and that shows up as this little icon right up here, this purple puzzle piece, Read and Write Google. And when you open that extension, it opens a toolbar, or if the toolbar is not open, it looks like this little purple puzzle piece right here that you can run. So we'll open the toolbar. But this has a really cool voice notes or voice to text feature that actually works inside of Docs as comments. So for example, if I wanted to make a comment on this, I can highlight the text just like normal. Okay? But instead of doing add a comment, right here we're going to do a voice note, and it pulls this up, and I can record. Great point, Steve. I really like how you thought about the video and what it meant for you and your future, period. And then we stop, and then you hit insert. And it does a little thinking. Oh, it's going to ask me to sign in. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it does a little thinking. We've got these rainbow kind of colors here. It's transcribing. And then eventually it's going to take that voice note and it's going to place it inside on the edge over here, just like we have these. And then as students are going through, instead of reading your comments, here we go, right there. So it shows up just like a little play button. So instead of reading your comments, great point, Steve. I really like how you thought about the video and what it meant for you. And I kind of sound like a robot there. So, but anyway, you can leave your voice notes. So if you prefer to do voice notes instead of the text, especially if you've got a longer narrative, you want to talk to some students about their ideas or what they're doing and leave it there, that's a pretty cool feature. Another one is the voice to text. And maybe you know about this inside of Google as well. We'll get rid of that menu. Inside of tools, one of the options is voice typing. And so you or your students could do this. And this literally is like voice to text. Some people might use it on their smartphones for texting or searches or whatever it is, but it just pops up this microphone over here. I was really inspired by the story, period. I think I'll go back and read it again, period.
Caleb Johnson to the office, please. Caleb Johnson to the office.
And then you can shut your microphone off when you're done. As always, with a lot of these voice to text things, they're not 100% perfect. So you want to make sure and go back and check your editing here. Usually it's pretty good and it's pretty accurate, but obviously you want to check spelling, you want to check punctuation. Sometimes if you use conjunctions or it doesn't quite 100% understand you. So those are 3 ways to leave some student feedback: the traditional text comments on the side, the Read and Write Google voice to text application where you can actually leave voice notes in the comments over here for your students, or kind of voice type when we're doing answers or responses. Thanks.